Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Quant update. The last few days have been a little bit boring for the Quant price and actually markets in general, right? So today we'll look at the price set one more time to see what exactly is happening. But this is going to be a very short video, so I'd ask you to help me spread this video by tapping the like button because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. People looking for this kind of information will now be able to find it much more easily, right? Also, if you're new to the channel, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I do TA on Quant on a regular basis, right? So without me running my mouth too much, let me get into the content, right? So here on the screen, we have the price set on a 4-hourly time frame, and we are forming something like a symmetrical triangle right here. I actually believe that symmetrical triangle is a continuation pattern, so the bias would be for us to continue to the upside since we are in an uptrend, right? So let's go ahead and measure the price target for this move if we are to continue to the upside, the bias being obviously a continuation, right? So at the point of breakout, somewhere around this downward sloping resistance right here, we'll be looking at something like $160 in the coming days or something like that after the weekend, right? But for us to reach this price target, we have to satisfy a specific condition right here, which is the volume, right? You can see that here, as we are forming this symmetrical triangle, it's really common for us to see the volume diminishing right like this, right? But what we really want to see is we want to see a volume supported breakout when we have something like that, or alternatively we break out and then we finally get something like a retest and finally we can continue to the upside. So this is really important. We need to see a volume supported breakout. A breakout that is not volume supported right here may result in fake outs, right? Obviously the price could do the exact opposite right here, in which case we would have to be looking at us breaking to the downside right here, but the price target for that will be something like 116. But before we even get there, in the bigger context right here, you can actually see that we have this inverse head and shoulders pattern that we have here, and we'd have to come across this downward sloping support right here, forming the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So yeah, that's probably an opportunity for someone who wants to trade this inverse head and shoulders pattern, because when we broke out right here, literally not many people were paying attention, right? And when you look at the quality of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, we actually covered it in a couple of videos. We looked at the RSI, it's looking good. We also looked at the volume profile, it really looks good. We had a volume supported breakout right here. So we're going back to the symmetrical triangle in the unlikely scenario, at least in my own opinion, that we break to the downside right here. We'll be looking at support levels before we even reach the price target. That's something like $125 up until $120. At the same time, you can actually see we are in confluence with that downward sloping support right here, coming up with the neckline of the bigger inverse head and shoulders pattern. And in the very worst case scenario, we are looking at the fib golden ratio here, which is at 110, 109 or something like that dollars, right? But yeah, the conditions for the symmetrical triangles also stand here. We need to see a volume supported breakdown, right? So yeah, for people who were not here when we talked about this inverse head and shoulders pattern, let me go ahead and highlight it here. You can see that I messed things up, so let me repeat one more time. Here, this is our left shoulder coming up to the neckline right here, and then we have the neckline there, our right shoulder, and we have our nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. Actually, it's looking it looks much beautiful really on the 3 daily time frame, and we already looked at the conditions that are necessary for this inverse head and shoulders pattern to be a high probability setup. So yeah, this is what we are looking at, price target of $230 for this inverse head and shoulders pattern. We have somewhat of a continuation pattern forming right here, and I'm rooting for $160 in the immediate short term. So yeah, obviously nothing is guaranteed, right? All the indicators in the world could line up to tell you that this is a buy, and the price does the exact opposite. So yeah, please, this is not financial advice. I mean do your own research, right? I really encourage that. Now when you take a look at the Unchained Metrics, we talked about this last week really. We looked at the addresses which have got 10,000 quants. We actually looked at those we have got 1,000 quants as well, and the behavior of the retail investors as to the behavior of the wells, right? So basically what we have right here is we have the price right here. You can actually see that the price is coming down, going up, and whatever it's doing there, and these are the number of addresses that have at least 10,000 quants up until to 100,000. Then these ones right here, they've got 100,000 plus quants up until a million quant, right? So you can actually see that these ones, there isn't much movement when it comes to the number of addresses. Like at the moment, there are 17 addresses which have that much amount of quant, right? So yeah, it doesn't look like they are selling or what, so they're really not affecting the price. But this group right here is kind of affecting the price. You can actually see that whenever the price is going down, the number of addresses is also going down, suggesting that they are the ones selling into retail investors. So yeah, it's something we need to take note of. But in my own opinion, I can see that yeah, the general trend is to the downside, but it's looking like it's carving out a little bit to start going to the upside. But I would have to follow this metric really closely, because this is the group that really controls the quant price chart right here. So I actually forgot to mention something important right here. So you see this zone of resistance right here, starting at $150 up until 160. We were saying that my bias is to the upside right here, so that will be something like 160, right? There is a condition that we actually need to satisfy for us to go ahead and break above this resistance right here. We need a daily close above $141. So here's how you come up with $141. You just grab your fib retracement 2 from a candle, which is a daily candle above the resistance line there, right? And then you pull it down to the very bottom right here, and you can actually see that once we go to the 786 fib retracement level right here, this is where we are finding difficulty. We haven't had a convincing daily candle above this line there, and that's actually what we need to have right here. If we have a convincing candle above $141, what that actually does is it gives us a ticket to go out and take this higher right here at 169 or something like that. But taking out 169, obviously it means that we would have gotten above this resistance line there. So yeah, I really want to see a convincing daily candle above $141 there, because it's really important. So to summarize everything here, we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern. The price target is $230. We also have got the symmetrical triangle right here, continuation pattern, price target $160. I'm leaning towards $160, but we can also have a break to the downside. That is not really the end of the world, because we've got support levels to look at, $125, $120 they're about to look at. We also have got this downward sloping support right here, making the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So yeah, these are the things that I'm looking at heading into the weekend. Obviously, please don't take this as financial advice. So yeah, go ahead and tell me what you think in the comment section about the analysis. And if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.